didn't make sense.
Cool.
Yeah, he's such a great guy. So nice.
Yeah, we had a long chat the other day.
Did you?
Yeah.
It's so nice that we're doing this as well, because I feel like loads of people are just sort of on their own, all in the same
Well,
place.
I watched Plasticians one and I loved it. I thought it was really good.
Oh, he's such a great guy as well.
Yeah, very good, man.
All right, we're live.
Oi, oi.
Oi, oi. So, hey guys, welcome to Lockdown Live, a series of talks we're doing over here at IOM every Monday to Friday at 6 o'clock BST. We've basically been catching up with people in the community to hear how they've been handling lockdown, what they've been up to, and what they think the future holds for our industry, which nobody kind of knows right now. So today, I'm joined by the wonderful Dread MC. How's it going?
Big up.
Big ups. I'm pretty surprised I didn't like spit over my words then.
Really?
I'm not an MC.
Nah, I was an MC. I kind of just accidentally kind of fell into it for the love of music, to be honest.
I think it's really nice when that happens though, don't you? That's the better way to go.
And even now, I've never thought I would be watching as many streams of DJ playing sets as I would have done. Like, it wouldn't really have been my thing, really. Not only for like special occasion, but I've watched so many. There were so many on this weekend that I didn't even get to see because there was just so many to pick from.
I don't know about you, but I feel like I'm busier now than I normally am because there's so much stuff going on online.
Busier online, yeah. I'm busier online, and yeah, I'm just kind of making the most of my time that I can online because I'm a prolific recorder. I spend a lot of time with family. I do a lot of like work, and any other spare time is just in the studio recording. So I never get to do any of the things like today. I sorted out my Spotify account properly.
Yeah.
Today, which it's been so unprofessional for months and months and months, and actually from the start. And then my Apple account, like Apple artist account, I kind of sorted that out. First time really I ever looked on it today. So I'm doing things that I should have done a long time ago, but I just was like, it's more important to record and get music done.
Totally. And I think it also, I don't know about you, but it really just depends on how you're feeling as well. And sometimes you're like in the house and you don't really feel that creative or inspired. Like, how is it being at home with everybody and trying to make music?
My household is pretty crazy. I've got an 8-year-old daughter she's absolutely amazing. She's quite sensitive, I'd say, but she's a bit of a bookworm, but she's like only recently like got into Minecraft and she started watching TikTok videos, but we can't really stop that because it's just kind of her world. But I would never thought she'd be saying words like self-isolation and quarantine and stuff like that. Like those words didn't exist when I was her age. So that's different. And then I got a 2-year-old son and he is absolutely off his rocker. So I've got no time to record. So I brought some of my studio equipment here. That's why I had a studio to work from, because I just couldn't record in my house because it's just a small house really. I tried to record underneath the stairs like I was Harry Potter.
Yeah, Harry
Potter.
And
my partner was just texting me from the bedroom saying, this is ridiculous. There's no way. I can't go in the kitchen because my daughter's bedroom's above the kitchen. And anything I do, I'm shouting anyway. I'm like, boy, yeah. Like, so everything's just too exciting. So I wouldn't be able to record. So.
And then you feel like you're not being as loud or as sort of like energetic as you need to be.
Yeah.
So
I think I'm not a spitter. So people vibe off my energy on tunes. So even if I'm doing a couple of weeks, I think you're feeling what I'm saying, regardless of what it is I'm saying.
Yeah.
And then when I did bring my stuff here, I had to buy some acoustic stuff to kind of like get a good recording sound. And then 2 days later, my 2-year-old, he loves playing The Floor Is Lava. Jumped on my MacBook.
I was going to ask you about this. What happened? So for the people who haven't heard this, you know, the lava game.
I was I'm working on a sample pack. So I was up really late to like 2-3 in the morning, just going over stems, like on unused projects and stuff like that. And then I left my laptop on the settee, and then in the morning, he must have just done it in the morning. Like he plays it every day, basically. The Floor Is Lava.
And he was like, it's a new thing.
yeah, and then afternoon I picked up my MacBook and yeah, just screen completely smashed.
So does that mean that the sample packs and stuff that you were working on, like a lot of the projects you can't do now?
So it's on hold. I did send over the guy who's kind of putting it together, the company that's putting it together. I sent him over a huge pack because I already agreed with them that I wanted to have an extensive pack. I want people to feel like they got their money's worth.
Yeah.
Like, so I gave him loads of stuff, like kind of to work from, and I said I'll do a batch. Then they're going to be doing a batch, cutting them up, and then adding some effects on and stuff like that.
Because it's a big project doing a sample pack.
Well, I've been offered before, but the money was rubbish before, and I was just like, to me, I was like, there's no point me doing a sample pack, giving away all these stems, and I can do maybe 2 or 3 tunes for the same amount of money that I could potentially might make. So even just before the lockdown happened in the UK, I did cut down a lot of my recording. Anyway, I think I just wasn't really in the vibe. I just think the whole world was just in a weird place. Yeah. And it definitely was affecting me. And then I didn't feel comfortable charging people because I'm always about fair pricing. Like, I just didn't feel comfortable charging people at the time. So
about this quite a lot, you know, about the massive difference between some people charging an extortionate amount and a lot of other people feeling like, I want to charge a fair price, and it's really hard to know.
I'm very fair. Like I'm more than fair. And it's like, if there's like a new emerging artist, like I've done vocals for free, but then made sure I've got like a high percentage, or like it's not less than like half. But and people always get like, I feel like people get the best out of me because I'd be like, I'll push the track as though it's my own anyway. Like I'm all about that really, and I only want to work on tunes that I really generally like. I'm lucky that I get sent so much stuff to work from, so I can kind of pick and choose what I do like. So some people might send me stuff and I might work on it, but then I might give them their money back because I said, actually, it's not working, or it's not right, or you might have to use my engineer. Like, you haven't mixed down the vocals good enough. So I'll use a little bit of that money to give to an engineer, but you might need to top it up if it takes more than like a day's work, sort of thing. So,
and then you'll feel good about it in the end, you know, you wouldn't feel rubbish.
Yeah, of course. I think some people get frustrated with me, but the end product, I think most people are really happy with me. I think they're like, oh, what is this guy on? Like, I just want to change one word, or I'll be like, I'm not a producer, so I'm like, I'm not sure what's right with it. I don't know, but let's give it to somebody else. And then, so that happens a lot.
Loads of people are like that though. Like, sometimes I'll be in the studio with someone and they'll be like, that hi-hat, I just want to change it. They spend like 4 hours just on the hi-hat, and I'm like, let's just put this one in for now and then see what happens. But I think everyone's got their own process, haven't they? So
but sometimes you do need to just let go sometimes, because then people hearing the tune out in the club or when you're jogging, they don't care how that hi-hat snare's really sounding. Like, you could have ended up spending 4 weeks on it, and then it would have made no difference. Like,
they just want the energy, they just want you, like that's the main thing they listen to, isn't it?
Yeah.
So can you show us around your space a little bit, or is it more just
I've got no space, like literally I'm in my front room now. That's it. Just everything's just like my girl's just like, she works for the NHS, so almost everything's just white and pristine, and then that's it. She's in the kitchen. It's just anyway. And then I won't show my partner because she won't be happy about that.
And we can't
this is my little daughter.
Hey, I've been seeing your videography work, it's good.
Yeah, and she's my biggest fan. And then this is my little man.
All right, dude.
And yeah, so I did, and literally where I was working from was in here. Like, I had the microphone set up there, and that's when I was like starting to record to begin with. But yeah, that didn't last too long.
No, it's so difficult. Yeah, the other day we were all chatting, and we were just on Zoom, and we ended up just trying to show, well, it's probably not going to work now because everything's white and quite minimal, but I've moved back to my mum's for a bit, and we were talking about the weirdest objects in our current lockdown house, and one of the guys had an octopus candelabra, and I had this 7-foot Beck's bottle. Do you have any like weird? I know. It's just. What, have you got any weird lockdown items in your space? What's your most bizarre item?
My girl packs away everything. There's nothing out. Like I don't have any space like for anything. The only thing I have like a mandrel that everyone has. Look, it's just wires.
Yeah.
Just wires and wires and headphones, and that's my only space. Like one of the things I did buy was this to go with like the foam, so I could just put it over the microphone.
Oh yeah, nice.
And that really worked when I did have the little setup for a couple of days before the incident happened. Oh. And that was it.
So because of the incident, you have been trying to raise some funds to obviously get a new MacBook. You're doing loads of collaborations and projects, and like you say, you're making as much music as possible. What kind of projects or collaborations have you been working on?
Right. I release every 2 or 3 weeks.
I saw that.
And that's been for the last 2 years nearly, and especially this year. Like my plan was to have music out in January, like every week. So, and that happened, and then it happened in February, and it's just built up. So I've got a mad catalogue because I was recording so much last year and the year before. So things are coming out now.
Such a better way to do it.
Yeah, so even like 18 months ago, I did a vocal called Infected, and I was like, nobody is safe. And then it came out on a guy called Tengu's album in January. And I know the track was like, it did really well for sales from that album. But then the coronavirus was like just spreading more, and I just didn't feel comfortable like promoting it. And I had like a couple of like promo kind of like videos to kind of push with it. So only this week we gave away the stems for free to people to do a remix project. But at the time I was just like, I don't feel I can promote this tune. Like,
yeah, but did you write that before all this happened?
Oh yeah, of course. It was 18 months ago. The vocal's like nearly 2 years old.
Oh,
like
what?
the vocal's nearly 2 years old. Then I've got a tune that I like say like, I locked down, but it's about a year and a half ago I did the vocal, or well over a year ago.
You knew. You're like a modern day Nostradamus. You predicted the future.
So, and I don't want people thinking, I'm just trying to jump on this kind of, because that's not me at all. So, and loads, well, I wouldn't say loads, but I've had a lot of offers saying, do you want to do a tune about COVID? Or I got an offer from a really big producer to say, do one about like Corona. And I was just like, nah, not really. It don't fit comfortable with me. I'd rather just make something original, something new. And most of the tunes I make are just fun tunes, or they're on a positive vibe. I'm just all about just positive vibes, really, and just fun. And
everyone's in lockdown. We need some positive vibes. Like, we're lonely. We need good music coming out.
Yeah, I was kind of talking about it. Like, some of the stuff I'm working on a tune with Taiki New Light. It's been well over a year old, this tune. It's called Kick Drum Like Messi. And literally, all I say is kick drum like Messi kick ball. Like, because I was playing FIFA and I love Messi. Like, I don't know. So, and I just said, yeah, let's record this. And we recorded it. And it's one of my favorite tunes. So.
And that's how it happens, though. It's like the simplest things, and it's whether you remember to write that down. So many things pop up.
That's all I do. My notepad, even today, I've wrote some lyrics in my phone. It's pretty dark, saying like, we're all going to die. But in that time, let's have some fun.
Yeah.
So, and I was like, but it's just the delivery, like how I'm going to record it. So I've kind of got how I want the beat to sound in my head. So when I get the right instrumental, I'm going to be recorded. That's my next thing I'm going to be recording.
Can you give us a little like sneak preview, or do you feel like it's just lyrics? So you
no, I've only got that. That's what I did maybe a few hours, like maybe before you actually messaged me to say like, yeah, we're definitely going to be doing this today. But yeah, that's the last voice note in my phone.
How many voice notes have you got? Hundreds where you're recording in?
I don't know about hundreds, because I delete a lot, because I listen back to them and they just sound dreadful. Like, they just sound terrible. But I've got a notes thing, like when I write down, and my notes thing is just ridiculous with one-liners, hook ideas and stuff like that. Like, I don't really do much pre-writing. I usually just record on the day, but then I usually have like 1 or 2 lines that I might just draw like inspiration from and just work from that, and then just write really.
And do you have like well, I think it's probably quite useful for now in lockdown, like a way to get into your creative mindset, if you know what I mean. Like, can you just go in there and straight away
Yeah,
do it? Or...
yeah, no, it's not a problem. I don't feel like I have writer's block, but I'm wondering if this is because if you're positive and you do good things and you're nice, you're going to be in a good frame of mind anyway. So it's going to be easy for you to just be creative because you're in a good place. I think this is the first time when we're kind of going through the lockdown process over here. It's the first time I was like, I don't feel that inspired, but I was still able to maybe get some ideas down, but it wasn't as vibing and as full of life as it would be. Like when things are going well and I got things to look forward to, or I've got a show coming up, I like visualize that's going to come up, or I've got a tune that came out last Friday called Bubblegum, and it's inspired from my daughter having bubblegum for the first day. So then I got that beat that night and I recorded Bubblegum. Like I've recorded that tune that night, and that's because of inspired from my daughter that day.
And I guess it's quite hard because now we're not really like surrounding ourselves with stuff that's inspiring us. It's like, oh, same 4 walls, yeah, same food every day or every week, and it must be quite hard that there's not enough new stuff coming in. Or
it is, but I think that's when you need to be reaching out to old friends, reaching out to your aunties, cousins. This is your opportunity to shout people that you hadn't done before. This is your opportunity to probably go back into drawing, or if you did poetry or writing short stories or doing anything like that. Like,
what kind of other creative outlets have you got? I've been painting every day, so I totally feel like it's so
that's
important to
amazing.
have another creative outlet as well. So have you got anything else that you're doing?
I work 2 days a week doing like social work practice. So I've always like loved that job and my role within that. So that's busy, but just having my 2 young ones constantly here, and my partner's a midwife, so she does like really long shifts, and she's working a lot more at the hospital because she's now the main breadwinner for the family.
Yeah.
So I'm at home a lot, so there's no time really for me to do anything, because by the time I get the kids ready for bed, I'll be cooking us a meal, and then watch I never used to watch telly before, but I'm watching series and stuff like that now. Not much, hardly at all, but I feel like I've just slowed down a little bit, and then I've got more time to still do some music stuff, but actually not doing the recording and not doing actual shows.
Do you think sometimes it's actually quite a lot nicer to step back? Because I feel like in this world that we're in, we're so used to just moving forward all the time that you're like, actually, sometimes the best things happen when you step back and you don't not force stuff, but just it's nice when you stop and you look back at what you've achieved, and it makes you feel quite good, I think.
Yeah, I think so. I think even when you just said like step back and having a look around, I think like Metropolis passed away yesterday,
I know,
isn't it, from Foreign Beggars, and I was looking at old videos like from 10 years ago, like when I was just with them at shows, and find some old pictures of stuff, and it was really hurt me yesterday, and I could see so many people was in pain and just in shock. It's the way. So I think we're all just slowing down and just taking a step back, because we're forced to now. I think everybody is like, and
Foreign Beggars, though, for me, are such a big part of my like musical
growing
upbringing.
up. Yeah, I found a picture of me just holding my CD of the United Colours of I guess like just the album cover. I just remember that was like one of my favorite albums, and that's only because I've known Pav for years. Like me and him used to spit bars when I was like really young, like in the D&B scene coming up. So I've known him a long time, and I messaged him straight away yesterday.
Yeah.
So I can't imagine what kind of pain he was feeling.
Totally, it's awful, and at the same time there's a lot of us, you know, in isolation. We're all in isolation, so everything feels so much bigger, and you can't sort of get closure like you normally can either.
Yeah.
But I mean, actually that moves in a way onto like we were chatting a lot about our whole industry is going through like a massive transition, and the world is going through a big transition. But what do you think, sort of in our electronic music industry and community, the end of 2020 and 2021 are going to look like? Because it's going to be totally different.
To be honest, I was feeling so positive before. I was like thinking, oh, maybe that Glastonbury will still be on June, and then that got cancelled. Then I was like hoping Boomtown is still going to be on, and I don't think that news has actually come out if it is going to be or not yet. But I thought, and me being realistic, I thought, oh, September, it must be fine by then. And then I don't know what's going to happen, but I'm still just trying to be positive and hopeful it will do, because it's having a massive effect. Financially is one way, but also like mentally. Like for me, I've always been a party person from when I was like 15, 16, going to parties, going to shows. Because for me, it's mental health, socializing, having fun, having time to escape, like from almost reality. Listening to music with your friends is the best thing you could ever be doing. Like, to me, I don't feel like there's anything almost like more important in my life when I was growing up, and was music. That was like my forefront. So I'd be going to college, doing my apprenticeship, but on the weekends, going around to my friend's house on a Friday to do a set, and then going up town to see if anybody's gonna have a scrap was like on my highlight. And then if there was any free raves on or a free party to go out to, like, and listening to music in the car sat outside the club, because we didn't have money to go in the club when I was first like 16, 17, like, so we'd just be sat outside the club really, but listening to music. And then if there was a house party afterwards, that was perfect. And to me, that was my best thing about my childhood, really.
Yeah. I got fire! Oh. You're going to rave soon.
Yeah, you will do.
Hello.
How
you doing? How you finding lockdown?
He's enjoying it. I think he has so much fun. Like, he hasn't
he's
got.
Probably loving that you're around all the time, hanging out.
Yeah.
Be your engineer.
I get to spend a lot of time with him anyway before. Yeah, so he gets to spend a lot of time with us. You like your rainbow, don't you?
Look
at my rainbow. You're gonna have to go with Mum.
What's your favourite song? But talking about all of that, you know, musical history and what was kind of influencing you when you were younger, we were chatting earlier.
Yeah.
Your most influential song that shaped your sound, and I'm so excited to be able to play it. But tell people what it is and kind of a little bit about it.
It was Rebel MC. So my dad had a sound system, so he was playing serious like reggae music and a bit of roots, but kind of almost like the dancehall kind of bashment vibes that he was into. My mum was into like Tracy Chapman, Whitney Houston, like those kind of vibes. But then she'd play a lot of like reggae and like bingy music. And we used to have like blues, like house parties in our house. And I remember my bunk beds shaking and stuff like that. But then my uncles were listening to hip hop. And I remember when like I was in primary school, like Rebel MC, like it was still ragga, but it was kind of like with hip hop before drum and bass kind of kicked in, really, before jungle really stuff. And I just remember it just blew my mind as a kid, like, because it's like a mix of all the worlds in one. And it's like, I just don't know. And when you asked me that question, I was like, I can't even answer that question, because it's like I've got so much music that's influential in my life, like so much, like across the board. And then that one came to mind, and then I never seen the music video till today. That was the first time I've ever seen that music video. So
yeah, first time I've seen it too. I'm not going to share the video because we've got to share Skream, but I'm going to play it because I feel like people need to hear it. Because when you said this track, I was like, perfect.
And I think people will realise where I would like my sound is a amalgamation of lots of different cultures and feelings, and this is the same thing in my eyes.
Wicked. All right, give me 2 secs. I'm gonna try and share it now.
I'm excited to hear it.
Can you hear it?
That is sick. Big tune. Big
shipwreck, right instrumental, fast like a jump jet. To get ready for the ragamuffin concept.
All the little samples are sick.
Amazing.
Big tune.
That brings back loads of memories for me as well. Like, do you remember where you were when you first heard it?
So I just remember my uncle having it, and he had it on tape. And then I remember a couple of years down the line, like when I first went to secondary school, was like the older kids. I was trying to hang out with the older kids. They was playing it, and I was like, oh my gosh, like, you know, when I wouldn't be able to get my uncle's tape because it was like, that's my uncle's tape. So, and I remember like recording it, but that was like almost my first week in secondary school, and I was able to get that, and I burnt that off. But that just led me down to a path where I was like collecting flyers and posters and putting them up in my room. And yeah, things just started escalating crazily fast from then. Like I was like my first album I ever bought was like Ronnie Size's album.
I remember Ronnie Size, like one of the first raves I went to in Sheffield.
Yeah. And I was like too young to be out clubbing. I remember going to watch Kosheen perform. And then that was mad because then last year I shared the stage with her with Stanton Warriors at like Shambhala Festival. And I said, this is like a huge buzz for me because like you're one of the first live acts I saw. And actually the car that we used, me and my friends all chipped in 30 quid each and bought a Metro. And we 60, and then we went there, and then where we just jacked the car up, somebody had let the tires down, but my uncle's friend was there and took me and my friend back, but I had to leave my other two friends there, and I had to give like my other friends like my fiver that I had left to kind of get home, to say you're gonna have to get the last train back. But my uncle's friend was like, I can't leave you here. He said, if your uncle knows that I left Bristol and you was here stranded, there would just be war. So you need to get in the car. Yeah, you need to come back with me. You can bring one friend. There's one more space for you and your friend. So I had to leave my other two friends. We left them with like what money we had, and they had to get like the last train back. But
it's
all
so
stuff
nice
like that.
Like that, just listening to like one track can bring back so many memories.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's so nice. And we also asked you what your most played track in isolation was. Yeah, go on, tell us about it first, and then I'll play it.
Did I send it you?
Yeah, I've got it on WhatsApp, so I can play it. But when I do play it, my audio will go. So I'm not sure.
I've kind of got like a kind of an A&R person that I speak to, and she's based in Paris, but she's actually kind of stranded in LA since the lockdown.
So, oh no, why, what's going on? Has she been there for a while? She's
been there, so she kind of, I think she went there end of Feb, and she's involved in music. She likes to stay anonymous, but yeah, she's out there, and she said, oh, we always talk about music non-stop, so we share a lot of like same interest in like different music. And then she sent me that guy, I can't pronounce his name. Is it Apeshi?
Oh, I'm not sure how to pronounce it. I'm pretty rubbish with the pronunciation.
Yeah. So, and she said, oh, you don't know. But I said to her, I said, so we both agreed there's like 3 tracks that really stand out. I said, there's some elements of this album that I like and some elements that are a bit too weird, like it's a bit too off key, but it's so different and so unique and so new. And that's always been like in my life, like when garage was around, like any type of genre of music, I'm just into anything that's new and exciting, and I try and have that in the music I'm trying to make as well. So that track is so different. I think the vocalist is from Russia, and I don't even know where the producer's from actually, but I'm thinking he might be French.
So it's pretty multicultural and pretty amazing that we can do pretty much all of this online as well. How cool is that?
And then, but I've been playing this tune a lot to the point where I messaged the female vocalist just to say, your vibe on this track is incredible. Like,
right, I'm gonna play it. I'll go silent. We can hear you, so you can chat over it too.
All right, cool.
Let me just share it.
I can't even pronounce the name of the track. It's a funny name, isn't it?
Oh no! Hold on.
Oh no, this is my tune.
Yeah, your tune. I was like, hold on.
Yeah, stop. Maybe I didn't send you the track because when you first asked me the question, I got excited about the Rebel MC thing, didn't I? And I said, I've been listening to my own music.
Yeah, because you were like, I've been listening to my own tune, really self-indulgent. And I was like, well, it's pretty sick. And I was like, that's confusing.
Yeah, it's so narcissistic. Yeah. So when you said that, I've got this tune that I've been sitting on for over a year, but this is like version 4. So this is like brand new. So me and Taiki knew, like, he's like one of the best producers I get to work with, and we get to make exciting music. So we made this over a year ago. Last year March, I think it was. Last year March we made it, but it's going to be coming out soon. But yeah, I've been getting little videos of people like doing kick-ups on it and stuff like that. But this is called Kick Drum Like Messy. But
yeah,
I did have a tune, so if I didn't send you the tune, it's because I got so wrapped up with the Rebel MC. So I was giving you that whole spiel about that guy. Hold on one sec, I need to get this guy's name just so we can shout him out.
Yeah, you could totally do that. And I could probably drop it also in the chat, or even try and share it if you send it to me on WhatsApp.
Oh, yeah, that's cool. I was going to send you on WhatsApp because it's only fair.
Yeah, exactly. And guys, if we can't find it, then we can definitely drop it in the chat, because we've got a couple of tracks now.
So I can send you this as a Spotify link, yeah?
I can play this.
Right, the guy's called Apache.
Apache, cool.
Yeah. But obviously, my self-indulgent narcissistic tune is with Taiki New Light is called Kick Drum Like Messy.
And I like it. I was listening to it the other day on your story, I think.
Okay.
Right, let me share this so people can hear it.
Man, I kick drum like Messi kick ball. 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 Man, I kick drum like Messi kick ball.
And the video is pretty sick. I'm sad people can't see it. Who's the girl with the heels on?
Oh, I don't know, but she has got some serious skills though.
Yeah, for people that haven't seen it, yeah, it's just a girl in a wicked outfit and massive stilettos doing loads of
mad kick-ups, maddest kick-ups, yeah. So, and I've got another one of like a girl doing some mad skills with a football as well. That we go,
He's hiding.
How are his kick-ups?
Hide upstairs.
Right, go and hide upstairs.
Found you.
Come on.
So yeah, two pretty great tracks, to be honest. And
that's why there's no time to record here. It's almost impossible.
Yeah, and then every 2 minutes, if you're going to try and say anything on the mic, then there's like, oh, hello, in the background.
I know.
So I've just got a question from the chat, the live chat.
Yeah.
So we've got, how much more creative do you think you've been since in self-isolation? I guess we kind of went through that a little bit, but
yeah, it's probably been less, but it's not a bad thing. Like I'm just making the most of spending time with my girl, spending time with my kids, cooking meals more, and yeah, I'm not seeing it as a really bad thing. As long as we've got food, we've got a roof over our head, and I just need to kind of just figure out a way to kind of make maybe a bit of extra money so we can kind of pay our bills further down the line, really. But being creative, like music, I'll still be creative within music. Yeah, I don't know if I could be any more creative because I'm a very active guy. Like, so I'm seriously active and I socialize a lot. So I'm just on my phone so much more. Just WhatsApp. The amount of WhatsApp groups I'm in is just pretty funny. And I've been playing chess. I've been playing chess a lot.
I know, I've been playing like pretty much all the online games, and now I'm like, right, I need a break. I feel like I'm house partied out on just on the app.
Yeah, house party is another mad one as well. Yeah, there's just loads of distractions, but to be honest, it's been nice catching up with just ever friends, really, just different friends that I wouldn't probably speak to as often as I am now. So
Yeah,
so that's
nice.
been cool.
And what do the sort of like next few weeks hold for you, music wise? What have you got?
So I've got releases out every week for the next few weeks. Yeah, I've got music out every week, really. I've got a track with Eisenberg called Drop Bass Not Bombs, and that was because I did a session for him, I think maybe before Christmas, and he didn't like the vibe.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he wasn't into it, so that was fine. And at the time, that's when then the next session I did, I said, "Oh, let me have another stab at it." Then I said, "Now you told me you're not into that, what I'd done before," because he's based out in Texas. Donald Trump had dropped the bomb.
Many
Yeah, in January, didn't he? Something like that. So that's where that idea came from, literally. So, and it's like literally Drop Bass Not Bombs is the track. So
Yeah,
that's
nice.
coming out this weekend. And I've been working with the guys from Australia called Bonka. So we've been sat on a tune for ages, called Bass Rhythm. That's coming out next. I can't tell my schedule, but then I've got the kick drum.
Not at all.
Yeah,
But
then I
that's
got kick
cool.
drum like Messi.
Yeah, it's
And
just
then,
so nice that you've had like so much time to work on stuff. You worked super hard, and now you've got a nice amount coming out while you can sort of step back, which is cool.
Yeah, and then I got a guy from America called Wolvero, like Worvero.
Yeah.
And we've got something coming out on 3000 bass called Hit List, and that was done this side of the year, I think, originally when he hit me up. So that's a fairly new track, but that's getting a lot of attention, but from the stateside. And I've moved the date over for something. I've got something with Redlight coming on his project, and
Nice.
he's like one of my oldest friends. Like we've made something that was pretty cool. So we made a dub plate. I made him a dub plate basically for New Year's Eve, and he opened up his New Year's Eve set with it, and then he messaged me back, said it went down well. Let's actually make a tune out of this.
Let's do it.
Yeah, so we've got that coming, but I don't even know what that sounds like now because he's very secretive, really. So,
oh, really? Has he not given you any sneak peeks at all? Was he like, no?
No. And then because of that, so me and Roscoe's been saying, I said, I've got something with Redlight coming, and we just have to work out the date. And then Roscoe's just signed something, so we've got a date around the 16th of June with me and Polo. So we've got like a kind of funky tune that I did probably last year summer. Originally did the vocals for that.
Nice. You've got loads.
And then I got D&B stuff coming. I've got a release on Kutz Beats, like their first release with a guy called Tall Order. And then I better not say about the other stuff I got coming, because
next time you can tell us. Honestly, you're inspiring me to make music. I feel like I've been doing nothing now I've spoken to you.
So that's why I've been trying to keep up on my Spotify. Oh, and I got Kicks VIP is coming in July. So, and that's been like one of my big tunes of the summer with Hoder and Eloquin. Like they're two young producers, but they're both firing at the moment. Like they got some amazing production on the plate ready to go.
Nice. I'm looking forward to hearing all of this.
I feel bad because there's other people that I probably should be mentioning, but I hope they don't take offense. But they know that they get the shout outs. But I've got Ever Music. That's like, I've been in arguments today about splits with another producer, but not in a bad argument way. But I just was like, no, just like,
let's sort this out.
Yeah, and I said we can sort it out. I don't want any bad drama or feelings, but yeah.
Yeah, well, I hope the rest of the summer goes well for you and we get out of lockdown soon. It's been really nice chatting.
Honestly, thanks for reaching out. Tell Robbie as well. Thanks for originally messaging me up. And it's because of me seeing Plastician on your platform is how I got to see like his interview was just amazing and inspiring. He's such a good guy. He's such an honest person. Yeah, he's such an honest person, and he's always available to talk to if you need to kind of shout and reach out to him. Oh, the other thing is, I was going to say to people.
Sorry.
Sorry. I was going to say people should reach out to other artists and other people to like collab. And I said even if a producer's stuck on a beat and stuff, reach out to another producer. And it's really important now that you can probably get in contact with other people, like, or shout people to get your tunes to, because I've been hitting up other DJs that I thought were kind of like out of my reach, just to get my tunes out to. And yeah, some of them get back to me and stuff, so it's good. So people shouldn't be afraid to reach out to people, and people shouldn't be afraid to get criticism. I think that's one real good thing to take on board, really.
Totally, because it's all about moving forward and growth and everything in this moment, I think. So yeah, that sounds great. I'm going to hit up some people too. But yeah, thanks so much for joining us.
All right, thank you.
Yay, this has been Lockdown Live. We're going to be live again tomorrow at 6
Bless.
o'clock.
Who you got tomorrow? Are you allowed to say?
No.
Who have you got tomorrow?
With Archie Hamilton. I'm letting everyone know at home.
Okay.
But you, Dread MC, thank you so much for joining us, honestly.
Thank you, man.
Amazing.
All right, thank you so much. Bless up.